Okay, I have two polarities on one magnet facing the coil with two magnet rotor. Hall sensor, bottom pancake is the driver driving this. This is the collection coil on top. It's hooked up to a load, 8 ohm resistor. I have it lined up so the corner of the magnet is about a third of the way past the rotor, a little offset as you see with the collector coil. With the load, the yellow is the collection, the blue is the pulses that's driving it. Okay. For some reason they're going, I'm only using like part of the half wave. I don't really understand why, but, and again, I'm not really, every pass is like one polarity without a flip, so there's not too much flipping going on. Anyway, that's what I got, shorted. Now RPM shorted. It was just up to 1881. Whenever I put this metal by it, it slows down because this thing is creates eddy currents. But it was at 1880. Let's say 1870. It don't matter because it'll slow down when I check it the other way. 1870. Now let's my input amperage. That's going to stay the same at 32. The voltage amperage is going to change a little bit. It's 0.06. So I got 0.06 driving this, and that's solid. It just stays there. Now watch, it'll probably be up to 1800 again. Let's see, before the eddy currents kill me. 1825. It's up there. It might even be increasing as we go. I got to let it run a while and see. But anyway, now I'm going to take the load off. Now there's no load. Scope. All my top peaks came back and you can't even see the bottom. My scope don't go that high. Now let's do an RPM rating. $18.40. If I leave it here, it'll slow down because the eddy currents, like before. So 1880, 18. So we got about 40 RPM less with it, no load. And my input is now 0.05. So pulling a load does transfer 0.01 amps into. You saw it spark? Watch. Yeah, there we go. There's a couple little sparks. Anyway, I'm going to short it. Not short it, but put a load. It works with shorting too, either way. Now my input went up to 0.06. Now this is going to start to speed up again. 1867. It goes at least to 1885. I'm going to let it go a little bit. But pulling a load is making it speed up, but it's also taking away a hair of amperage because now we're back to 0.06, the high end of it, because I guess, but it takes about 0.01 amps more to get 40 RPMs more, but you're pulling a load. So how much I'm exactly producing here, I don't know yet, even if it's worth measuring. It probably is, because if you figure right there, 0.06, what's 0.06 times 32? 3 times 6 is 18. I would have to math this out. Let's see, if it was 1, if it was 0.1, it would be 3.2. So, I don't know, it's under 2 watts. So I don't think I'm producing 2 watts out of this pickup coil. Okay, now let's take it. But I'm at 0.06 Now let's take an RPM reading. 1882. So we sped back up. Now we'll unload it. Amperage drops to 0.05. Now it's going to take a little while for this to spin down because it has the inertia behind it, but as you see, it dropped 30 RPM already. So it drops in between 30 to 40 RPM you gain with 0.01 amp increase by pulling a load. Is that anything special? I don't know. But I want to show something else. See if I could get it to do it. I'm going to leave it open. And I'm going to move this coil. Now as you see, the peak of the yellow moves around with that blue, but let me see if I could get it a little better. It's hard. But anyway, as you see, the top of the yellow is pretty much next to the right hand side of the blue. Now if I slide this out, now look, the top is in the middle. With the pancake coil slid like this, the top of the yellow is in the middle of the blue directly, and when I slide it in, now look, it's at the bottom of the blue. It goes up in the blue. Here, let me adjust the voltage because I can get that a lot clearer. Okay, the yellow, which I could turn channel 2 off even. So the yellow's up like this, and when I move it back, it goes up higher, but when I move it in, it changes and goes down. I'm just moving it this much. Is it something with the magnets affecting it? I'm not sure yet. I do have a new signal generator. I'm going to try it without the magnets and just pulsing this because there's a lot of variables here. But just playing around.